I accomplished what today? I showered. Okay, let's be serious. Good morning. I just woke up and I had the weirdest dream. I dreamt that my feeding tube leaked, but not like the normal little bit of leaking. It's just like I had all my food come out. And then in the dream I had to like lie down because I had a sea of green juice all over my stomach. And then if I would lie down and like kind of move my abs, it would be reabsorbed. It was so weird. It was just so weird. So I was like, I should talk about this. And I wonder if it's the steroids. That may be it, because you get steroids and stuff when you get chemo. So, but I was also just rolling around and I noticed I am losing less hair because this is a lot less on the pillow than before. Now, granted, there's a lot less to go right now. But yeah, that's good. So maybe the hair loss is slowing down. So yay. It's been a couple of hours since I woke up and I'm still tired. So I've had a coffee the size of my face and it's starting to kick in now. I'm like, I finally feel like I'm awake, or rather, not even awake, but alive. So anyways, I am going to go work out. And if I did not have an appointment set with someone to go work out with me, there's absolutely no way in the universe that I would go at this point because I'm just so tired. It's just one of those days. And yeah, not always unicorns and rainbows. I was going to make that snappier. It's not always rainbows and unicorns when you're living with cancer. So yeah, I'm tired and that's okay. And so this is one of those things where it's like, you look good, you feel good at times, and then at times you really don't feel good. And because it's so unpredictable, it makes it difficult to plan around that. It makes it difficult to work unless you can work really in a flexible setting, because there's just no predicting it. And I am going to go work out because, like I said, I have the commitment made and I'm glad I did, because if I hadn't done that, there's no way I'd be going right now. Absolutely not. But I know it'll make me feel better. So here it goes, nothing. Wow, I feel so much better than I did this morning. So remember I said I didn't feel like I had a lot of energy. It was one of those days. Well, my energy is back, bitches. So I'm so glad that I had the appointment, because if I wouldn't have had, like I said, I wouldn't have come. And there's something about getting my blood flowing and my heart pumping. And, some days I've been tired, and then working out does make me feel good, but it makes me feel just more tired. And now I feel like I can just take on the world. It feels amazing. And I'm so glad I came. So yeah, well, I am dripping in sweat. So I'm gonna go and shower and get dressed and actually do something, productive with my day. And I'll be back later. So see you in a bit. So I just had a shower and I feel so much cleaner and refreshed. And the reason I'm even filming this right now is because I am not sure whether my hair loss has slowed down at all. I am slowly getting back into the shower to show you. Like, that's how much I just pulled off my head. And yes, I stuck it to the wall. I cannot possibly be the only woman who sticks loose hair to the wall, because if I let all of that go down the drain, we're calling a plumber every day. So yeah, I'm not leaving it there. Don't worry. I'm getting a tissue and cleaning it up. But I just wanted to show you how much it was. And I was like, and that's wet and balled up stuff. So it's been worse, I think, at some point in the last few weeks, but I'm really not sure if it's slowing down now. I hope so, but the jury's out. We'll see in the next few days how it goes. I was just thinking about what to add to this sort of day in the life vlog, given that I was talking about going to the gym, and I went to the gym and I showed you me going to the gym, so there's evidence of me working out, which is possibly some of the most embarrassing moments maybe of my life because I'm there dripping sweat and not looking hot. But hey, you know, I got to this point where I don't really care what people think of me, which is very liberating, and that I need to be in that mindset to do these videos and continue doing them. And I think it's getting me out of my shell, and I probably over worried in the past about that kind of stuff, and I shouldn't. So anyways, I think it's actually been kind of a productive sort of day, in the sense that woke up not that early, actually. I woke up around 8:30 probably, went grocery shopping, got a coffee the size of my face because I really needed it, came back home, lay down on the sofa for a little bit because I had injected way too much breakfast this morning and my stomach was protesting. And I figured if I'm going to be going to the gym and moving around, you don't really want to be like, blah, you know, while doing that. And worked out, came home, showered, and did some calls for things I need to take care of because life doesn't stop when you have cancer, and did a couple of emails, some messages, you know, Facebook stuff. And now I'm doing some more admin, and I'm going to continue doing that, and then I'm going to spend the evening doing absolutely nothing aside from relaxing, because healing is hard work. And so then I was thinking, okay, what do I add to this vlog? Like, what do I actually talk about? I had some awesome ideas in the shower earlier, and they're gone. They're out of my brain. I didn't write them down. Hopefully they come back. But for the time being, then I was thinking, I've had a few questions from different people, both friends and new friends or online friends, who have asked me how I spend my days. And yeah, it's probably a lot more exciting than you think. Like, I'm not just hanging out in bed all day, although I did that for the first month or so of my diagnosis because I was really, really ill. Like, I was so malnourished, I was dehydrated, I had the feeding tube placed and the portacath placed, but with the feeding tube I got a giant infection. It was probably the worst pain I've ever been in. And nobody told me that it was an infection, in the sense that the doctor was like, oh, we think it's normal. And then I started oozing green pus that really stank. And they were like, well, maybe we'll send you for an x-ray and kind of see what's there. And then there was like this massive amount of fluid buildup and lots of unpleasantness. So anyways, long story short, because I can talk about that in a separate video, that's not the point of this, I'm trying to stay on topic, is that the first month or so, I pretty much spent it in bed doing very little. Like, Netflix was my friend, books were my friend, and that was kind of it. And then I started going back to more or less what you would call regular life, in the sense that I have admin stuff to take care of, you know, I have bills to pay, I have stuff I want to do, stuff I need to do. So all of that regular stuff continues, but kind of at a slower pace, because I'm going at a bit of a slower pace. I've been now through 7 rounds of chemo and 10 rounds at the gym. So I have been going to the gym for 3 weeks, I think, and I go about 2 to 3 times a week, depending on whether it's a chemo week or a free week. So in a free week, I try to go 3 times, and in a chemo week, I still try to get 2 times in, and it's been doing me a world of good. So at the same time, it takes a lot of time and effort, though. I mean, even if, you know, going to the gym for an hour, that's an hour, and then you got to shower and you got to change and etc. But it really takes, some days it takes a lot out of me. Like, it takes a lot of energy, and I really need that time to recover. So there's a little bit of downtime with that. Other things that I do in a day is I read books. I've been reading a lot about nutrition. I've been reading a lot about cancer. I've been reading about different holistic or alternative therapies that I can add to my conventional treatment. And I haven't really settled on anything in particular yet, but I have some things that I'm very interested in looking further into. And so there's a lot of time that I've spent doing that. I've been reading papers that, you know, like research papers. So for those of you that don't know, I have a background in research. I actually have a PhD in neuroscience, and this is kind of a really big benefit because, and a disadvantage, because I understand the literature. So it's both a benefit because I can do some of my own research and I can look at what's out there in publications, and it's a downside in a sense that I understand all of the doom and gloom that, you know, is also in the literature. So sometimes I don't like reading the stats because they're very abstract. I know that, like, it's hard to explain. I'm not in denial or anything, but at the same time, the stats, I don't want to hold on to them too tightly because I feel like it doesn't help me. And what does help me is staying very positive, or as positive as possible. And so it's both a benefit and a disadvantage that I read and understand the literature on, cancer research, and specifically esophageal cancer or gastric cancers. And at the same time, I'm very grateful that I can do that, because I can make my own decisions around some of the different nutrients that people are looking into with regards to whether or not they provide a benefit, and I can make those decisions without needing my doctor to necessarily say yes or no or whatever. Even having said that, though, and because I am in the future probably going to talk about some of the different things that I'm taking or going to be taking and eating and whatnot, I just want to say, as a disclaimer, always check with your doctor first, because you can have drug interactions. Like, there are natural things, natural supplements or whatever that you think are harmless, but they can actually make your chemo not work. So always check with your doctor and or pharmacist if you are going to be exploring some additional treatment options like I am. Other things I do is I play games with my family. We've gotten into playing Monopoly recently. We bought a couple of games, like we bought Chinese checkers and this thing called Blockus, it's fun. I'll show you at some point. Netflix is still my friend. And yeah, I try to go out once in a while. Like we've had a few fun evenings out. I meet up with friends. And I try to stay on top of what's going on still with my my profession, like what's going on with work. Even though I'm currently not working, I'm not able to work at this time. It's important to me that I try to stay connected to the things that I love, and part of that is work. I also occasionally still blog on the side. I haven't really shared that because my blog is completely not cancer related at this time, but I'm debating whether or not to add a blog to complement the vlogs, and I'm not 100% sure yet, so give me your opinion in the comments if you think it's a good idea that I also add some written stuff. Maybe it is, I don't know. I'm still debating it, so I don't know whether I'm going to do it or not, but if I do, then I'll be really busy doing that. I'll be busy building another website, and all of that is stuff I really love doing, so I'm just seeking out things that give me joy, that have given me joy in the past and continue to do so now. Aside from that, healing is actually a lot of hard work, and it takes time. And the pace that I was able to go at previously is not the pace that I can go at now. And I'm okay with that. I've really made peace with it. But it doesn't mean I want to sit still and do nothing. That is not at all what I'm like. And my husband, I said that for the first time in a vlog, there will be another video where I'll explain how that happened. We sort of eloped, but my partner, my husband, whatever, yesterday was asking, how I felt about like work and stuff, or just how I'm wanting to keep busy. And yeah, so we had this conversation, and I definitely don't want to sit on my hands. That's not very productive. I don't think it's very good for you either. I think part of the healing process is to do things that you really enjoy, do things that make you feel like you're contributing, or feeling productive, really. Like feeling like your normal self is so extremely important and helpful. So those are some of the things that I've been doing. I think it maybe doesn't sound like a lot. It doesn't sound very exciting, but you'd be amazed at how quickly the day goes by after you've spent time juicing, taking your meds, cleaning the juicer, which is always juicers are a pain to clean. At some point, I'll show you what I'm juicing and what I'm eating and all of that good stuff. But yeah, I spend a lot of time in the kitchen now. And after you're done all that and you're done all your meds and, you go to the gym here and there and you kind of take care of yourself, it takes time. It really does. And then, I'm a normal person. There's other things I enjoy doing too. So like I said, I've already kind of given you a bit of an overview of my list of things. I'm sure there's more I'm forgetting right now, so that's fine. That's an opportunity for a future vlog, and I'll take you along on some of the activities. I think I'm getting more comfortable with this camera thing, which is great, because then I can take you with me when I go and do stuff, and maybe I won't be super embarrassed vlogging in pseudo-public or in public, so we'll see. But yeah, that's my next challenge, is just being a little bit more expressive and open about the different things I'm doing. So you'll see more of that coming along. Oh, and then I kind of recently moved. Well, we recently moved just before I got diagnosed, like a few months, but what's a few months, right? And between the move and the diagnosis, we're a few months, I were really busy with travel and work, etc. So we didn't really get to do a lot of house stuff, like a lot of things that need doing at home. And that's my next project that I'm tackling, like taking care of a lot of the house things that were pending. And that includes unpacking boxes and giving things to charity, giving things away, getting rid of stuff, organizing stuff, etc. It's, you know, your regular move stuff and house fixing stuff and putting up new curtains, for example. That's something we need to do. We need to paint a bunch of walls. We need to put together some furniture. We need to shop for a new sofa. Like, there's just so much that needs doing yeah, don't worry. I have a lot to do in my days. I am very busy, but that's okay. That's how I want it. So that's how I spend my day. Just normal for the most part, just normal, slightly slower. And yeah, it's fine. It's a new experience, but I'm just really happy that I feel so much better now than I did 2 months ago. I'm actually able to do things. I'm able to go out. Like when I just got released from the hospital, literally walking 1 block, I was destroyed. I was out of breath. I was exhausted. I had to lie down. Mind you, my body was battling this massive infection at the time around my feeding tube, which we didn't really know was happening. And that was, oh no, that was just horrible. So I've made huge strides as far as my energy levels go. And I think going to the gym has really, really impacted that. So I feel better every time I go. And I feel stronger every time I go. And there's days that I'm like, I wish I didn't have to go now. But when I'm glad I did it. So I've done 10 times. I really want to keep going. And yeah, it's just super beneficial. And then I've read studies too that suggest that cancer patients who maintain their muscle mass, or maintain, increase, whatever, like at the very least maintain the muscle mass, they do better. And, you know, they feel better. And so it's just good all around. And like I said earlier, I'm determined to get in my best shape ever on this journey. And yeah, so hold me to it. Anyhow, I think that's enough for today. I'm going to get back to doing some admin stuff like I said I had to do. And I got to edit this vlog and put it online. And yeah, I will, as always, see you next time. So bye. Thank you for watching.